investing in moving forward? Ooh, a future forward question.
Yeah, I think it's areas that we've talked about throughout the day. Zero trust is a continual journey for us. We have more investments to make around zero trust. We talked about supply chain and some of the interesting attack behavior that's going on there. So we're very focused on supply chain. And we're very focused on what we call the developer pipeline.
Okay.
So making engineers more productive, also making that pipeline more secure so that we can assure customers that when they are using our software, it's secure. Right?
Oh, that's awesome insight. Okay, now we have our poll results, so we'll pull those up and then get your reactions. The question was, how ready is your security program for a hybrid work model? It looks like the majority of people are at B, just getting started in the early phases of the journey. And then 25% are saying all done. Our security controls support hybrid. And I have to say, like, I think it makes sense to say that, but after listening to everyone, I feel like the culture, at least at Microsoft, is that you're never done, right? Is that, am I right?
Yeah, it feels like we're never done. And I think there's a certain set of dynamics across the industry. The threats are always changing. And we always say, hey, look, we're never done. We're done with some. Thing, and we're moving on to the next thing. And we see evolving threats and changing risks as we go. So yeah, a little bit of a trick question, I think. Maybe it
was a little bit of a trick question, but I mean, I think the point is that they've put some guardrails in place, obviously. Yes. And then does it, and a majority just getting started. So right. I mean, there's still a lot of work to do.
There is a lot of work to do. We've been at this for years and years, and there's a particular sequence of things that need to be done. It's very difficult to do conditional access without having strong authentication in place. So there's really a series of events that everybody has to work through.
Yeah, you know, I think about some of the things we've talked about and how key collaboration, communication, and culture is in a company, not just being the responsibility of the security, IT people, but the entire workforce. And being able to get that buy-in. And I think about how people get busy in their silo of the work that they're doing, and how do we get them to see that this is all of us?
Yeah, one of the things we continually say is our user base, our employees, are our first line of defense and our last line of defense. And that's an important impression to leave, where you're interacting all day long. You have to understand what the risks and threats look like, and you have to be able to report something when you see something.
Yeah. Any final pieces of advice for customers?
Yeah, I'd go back to don't forget the basics.
Okay.
Always go strong patching, monitoring, authentication. And then let's start to use the power of the cloud and the power of the community. It takes a village, and we've got to work together to be effective.
And remember that we have the Defender advantage. Defender's advantage. Yes, yep. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Pete Bowden. It was so wonderful having this conversation with you. Thanks for the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
We'll be back after this.
We're living in amazing times. The old security paradigms no longer apply. We need to transform our approach to security as well.
Look, the only people in the world who love passwords are hackers, because they're hard for humans to remember and they're easy for hackers to guess.
You really need to do more to protect your business.
The first thing everybody should do is go turn on multi-factor authentication. That will cut your risk of attack by 99.9%. We are moving from a world where usernames and passwords are the standard to a world where passwordless authentication is really the standard. So for Microsoft, the best way to see that is with Windows Hello. You just walk up to your PC, and using your face or your thumbprint, you can log into your PC. If you don't have a PC like that, though, you can use the Microsoft Authenticator. You just use your phone and you use your thumbprint or your face on that. And then a whole bunch of new solutions are on the way based on a new set of open standards. Those are called the FIDO2 set of standards. Things like USB keys and badges and wearables.
In order to help everyone be more secure and productive in a world without boundaries, we collaborate across Microsoft, across our industry, and with security experts around the world.
Passwordless authentication